need to finish talking about the international financial management, especially about the finance centers, because this is a big deal. At the end of the day, it's nice to talk about triple bottom line accounting, but if you don't have the numbers right and your company sits down there and does all these wonderful things, but you don't make money, the company goes belly up and ceases to exist. You can no longer earn money, people lose their jobs, and there is no triple bottom line because the economic bottom line really is the reason that the company's there. The other things are beneficiaries, and yes, you should be accountable for them in the aspect of how you do business, but no business, then no ability to do good to the people around you or the country that you decided to open business in. So really, we're going to talk at this aspect of minimizing cash balances as you go through. You really want to sit down there and hold cash balances at a central depository for 3 reasons. Number one, the firm can deposit larger amounts as you go through. In the centralized depository, if it's in a major financial center, it really is the ability to have good uniform information on an international basis about your company. Like that, instead of trying to sit down and have a regional or a dispersed financial accounting, you have something over in India, you have something over in Sri Lanka, you have something over in Thailand, something in Cambodia, something in China, something in the United States, something in Canada, something. You don't need all that because of the fact that you're trying to sit down and have different money languages talking over here. Okay, so you have really the US dollar over here, you have the UK pound over here, you have the Egyptian dollar over here, you have whatever you have in different parts of the world. You want to have one language for your money to sit down there and reflect on one sheet, not trying to bring a whole series of them together. You also, with a central management, you have different things that you're trying to eliminate. You reduce transfer fees. You start doing what we call multilateral netting or bilateral netting as you go through. Here's cash flow before multilateral netting. If you look at the chart, I don't know about you, I'm looking at this thing over here, 4 million, 3 million, 1 million, 5 million. It's very confusing as you go through. There's so many arrows. And yes, if you take time out, you can always sit down and figure this out. It doesn't take rocket science to figure out, but it does take patience and it takes time. And those 2 issues are things that a lot of us don't have because we're so busy doing thing after thing after thing, trying to run a business that trying to track all the cute little arrows on a graph will drive us crazy. Here's what happens with multilateral netting. For those of us not in the financial sector at that moment, it makes life so much easier. That boom, boom, you see exactly what it is and how the money's there. That versus this, there's no question, multilateral netting makes it easier to track the money, which really is a critical part of every company as you go through in the process. You do that pretty much by having an international financial center, and you hedge the hold assets. You take a position in one market, the offset exposure and price changes in the opposite position as you go through. What I'm saying is the fact that you sit down there, you define the money at a set time, put it into a central spreadsheet, and that way everybody can see where you're at. Multilateral netting, the subsidiaries transfer their cash flows through a centralized clearinghouse. That way it's continually translated into the right language, whatever currency you're using as you go through. It reduces the transaction cost and it allows the company to really benefit from idle funds. You may be having money sitting in your UK account over here and you need it over here in India. And so you really have one financial center. So really, I hate to say I'm an advocate for centralization because generally I am not. Except in this case, on money, you're better off having multilateral netting because of the fact it really helps you as a company focus in on money as one central funding dollar amount that everybody talks the same language. There's a thing called leading and lagging, timing payments early or late, depending upon currency movements as you go through. Sometimes you want to just wait because something's happening politically, so you hold off over here, and all of a sudden, are you waiting 10 days before you pay your bills? All of a sudden, now your money's worth more. Yes, That is how you do it. That is how you manipulate your money and get the most value out of it as you go through. What I'm telling you right now would drive the accountants crazy. What do you mean you change the dates out there? But the finance people, they're the ones that manipulate the money out there to make certain the money is a tool that you use to sit down there and increase overall leverage your company to buy. So you use lead and lag as you go through. The lead, you collect receivables early whenever you possibly can, and lag, sometimes you collect them late when expected to strengthen as you go through the process over here. This is a matter of timing, and it takes really a lot of manipulation and good common sense by the people in that country as you go through the process. So international financial management, minimize the cash balances, reduce the transaction costs, use multilateral netting. It saves people headaches and it makes things easy to understand. And then use the common sense of the lead lag aspect on currency movements to sit down there and help you finance your aspects of when you collect money in the process and when you can sit down and have your books look the best quality because of sharp, sound financial management. Take care.